Let's all go to the movies. Hopefully they don't sue me. Yo, welcome back to another episode within an episode of the Friday podcast of movie review, movies and shows. Because nowadays shows are like movies. I don't know why I whisper sometimes when I say stuff. Alright, so this week I'm going to talk about a series called Narcos, Mexico. I know Griselda just came out. I haven't seen it. I just haven't felt like watching it yet. I will eventually. Of course, I watched Narcos first. But I feel like talking about this one just for whatever reason. Oh, because I do know a reason. So when we get there, I'll explain why. Third degree of separation or something like that, whatever they call it. Okay. So I like that there's a lot of names. Chris B, Chris Brown, Chris Bridges, Chris Benitez, Chris Brancato. That's all I can think of right now. So anyway, it's American crime drama streaming television, created and produced by Chris Brancato. And even when you have another name that starts with the C, Carlo Bernard, another CB, and Doug Meadle, that premiered on Netflix on November 16th, 2018. Damn, right before the Pandy Wandy. It was originally intended to be the fourth season of the Netflix series Narcos, but it was ultimately developed as a companion series. It's like one of those few prequels that actually are pretty good and maybe even better than the Better Call Saul to Breaking Bad. Maybe not better, but fucking equal. It focuses on the development of Mexico's illegal drug trade, whereas the parent series centered on the establishment of Colombia's illegal drug trade. The series' second season, it was like a prequel sequel, just like Better Call Saul. Alright, so the series explores the early origins of the Mexican drug war, beginning at a time when traffickers were a loose and disorganized confederation of small independent marijuana growers and dealers. Doesn't he look like a little marijuana bud? It dramatizes the creation and rise of the Guadalajara cartel in 1980s as Miguel Angel Felix de Gallardo, which is played by Diego Luna, incredible actor, unifies several plazas. Incredible role, like that character is badass. You miss him. There's some characters who aren't in the first season that you miss, but there's enough characters that survive to the third that you're like, okay, it's okay. That's what makes it so good. He unifies several plazas or territories in order to build an infamous drug empire. The DEA agent Kiki Camarena, played by Michael Peña. Pause. So my uncles, I have two uncles. Well, I have three uncles. My mom's side. Two of them went to the Marines. One of them, now I don't know, I don't remember what it was. His captain or something, somebody ahead of him, the head officer above him, was the brother of Kiki Camarena. It's like, what? I just found this out like on Christmas. Pretty cool. So that's why I was like, fuck it, let me do this episode. Because if that's part of the story that is like true, it's like, whoa. Makes it even more real. Moves his wife and young son from California to Guadalajara to take on a new post, where he quickly learns that his assignment will be more challenging. I'm slurring my words because I'm sick and I'm medicated for the sickness. And it's my birthday. Yeah, yeah. It's my birthday. Yeah, yeah. My name is Chris. Yeah, yeah. Professor Sir Chris. Yeah, yeah. Also witty. Feeling pretty. Not feeling. As shitty. Okay. Where he quickly learns his assignment will be more challenging than he could ever imagine. Following Camarena's torture and murder. Spoiler. By the cartel, DEA agent Walt Breslin brings a small covert squad of operatives to Mexico to track down and punish Gallardo and associates. You missed the DEA agents. From the first one, but some of them do come over into the second series. What was his name? Cause I don't even know the main. Oh, there's his main. Oh, dude, I thought this was Pedro Pascal. Oh, wait. Damn, what's his name? I don't even know the main character. Michael Pena, Scott, Diego Luna. He's a good actor. Whoa, Rafa. When they talk about the Sin Semilla, it talks about how the rise of because he started growing some weed that didn't have seeds. So this is supposedly the main characters. But I don't see the DEA agent. Whatever. Alright, so let's get to the interesting part. Murder of location scouts. Carlos Munoz Portal, one of the show's location scouts. Damn, it's getting dark outside too as I read this. Was found murdered with multiple gunshot wounds on September 15, 2017 in Central Mexico near the town of Temascalapa. A spokesman for the Attorney General of Mexico said that there were no witnesses due to the remote location, but the authorities will continue to investigate. Authorities are considering the possibility of narco gang involvement, but the murder has not been solved. I didn't even notice. It's a city in the state of Mexico in Mexico. Where's the state of Mexico? Show a map of Mexico. In the state of Mexico. Oh, it's way down there. I wonder if he just got into some shit, because it's not even, well, I don't know. Who knows? I have no idea. I can only speculate. Okay, so factual differences. Although many of the events and characters are based on true history, some liberties were taken to streamline the story of the Mexican drug war into a cohesive narrative. The murders of John Clay Walker and Albert Radalat were real, however, they were reportedly tortured beforehand. I don't know what character they're talking about. He was an American journalist and aspiring novelist who was abducted, tortured, and murdered in Mexico by members. Oh, he's like a little side character in one of those episodes. He's just a journalist that happened to be in the wrong place, wrong time. Damn, they tortured him too. The character Sofia Conesa, portrayed as the love interest of Rafa, was named Sara Cosillo in real life. Oh, interesting. Oh, he gets it on with her. She gets it on with him too. It's pretty cool. The killing of Hector Luis Palma's family on the orders of Miguel Ángel Félix Gallardo is also a disputed claim which still needs documented verification, as it is actually believed to have been done on the orders of the Arellano Felix brothers in a more brutal fashion. The assassination of El Azul in season 3 did not actually occur, as El Azul was active until at least 2014, when his confirmed death of a heart attack supposedly occurred. In the 3rd season, General Gutierrez Rebollo, the anti-drug czar, is arrested after Andrea Nunez finds the bank account receiving over $2 million US and linking it to Rebollo. In reality, General Gutierrez Rebollo received a call from the Secretary of Defense, General Enrique Cervantes, who ordered him to report to his office immediately on the night of February 6th, 1997. Whoa, what's the anniversary? Just passed. Where he was arrested. Also in this season, the men of the Tijuana cartel escaped from the Guadalajara airport in TAESA plane, allegedly owned by Carlos Hank Gonzalez, after the murder of Cardinal Juan Jesus Posadas Ocampo. However, Carlos Hank Gonzalez was never the owner of this airline, and there are multiple theories about the escape of the Tijuana cartel that day, none which effectively linked TAESA to the case. Likewise, there are a series of accusations against Hank Gonzalez linking him to organized crime that has no basis in real life. Hank has never been prosecuted or sentenced for drugs league. The reason according to the event is that since Hank is already dead, his name can be used while they're in the event. When face blah, they have to change the names. So, definitely addictive. Like somebody said, on Rotten Tomatoes, it's got 81%. The site's critical consensus read as addictive and relevant as ever. Narcos Mexico sophomore season is definitely more violent, but it never spoils the rich drama fans love to come that are out. Whoa, the 3rd season holds 100. And the first 90, nice. It's got some accolades. Alright, so my review. Fucking 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes into it. Alright, so this series, it starts off slow because it's characters you don't know. No, wait. No, in the beginning it starts off. It does start off slow because it is characters you don't know. And then you got a main character from the other series that kind of shows up a little bit here and there. But it's mainly this guy from Ant-Man, Michael Peña. And, you know, he's bright-eyed. Because he's playing Camarena, so he's like a bright-eye. He's trying to, you know, he's a patriot. But he's a Mexican-American. I think a Chicano. But he looks more Mexican because, you know, you've seen him. So, we can look at the real person. I'll probably put a picture. R.I.P. Because the torturing that they did was not just regular too, because he died a few times, and they brought him back to life with adrenaline. They stuck adrenaline in his heart to bring him back to life a few times until he just couldn't take it anymore. His heart gave out. Imagine meeting him or his brother, his mom, just knowing that, just his dad, just crazy. So it's dope. You don't I didn't know the story. So spoiler alert, you know, he gets shot at the end, I think. And he tells him, you know what, you fucked up because you don't know what you did. You just killed the DEA agent, an American. He did fuck up. And Felix Gallardo only did that because the governor told him to do it. So I learned a little bit of history of the cartel. I guess I could talk about that now in Mexico. Okay, so back in the day, this is going to be... back in the day when they were building the railroads, right? In the 1800s, late 1800s, after the Civil War, we had railroads built from west to east coast and east coast to west coast. It was a race to meet in the middle. Americans use ex-slaves. They're pretty much indentured, so they're still slaves basically. They use Chinese labor in the West Coast. In the East Coast, it was more Irish labor. Irish and former slaves. So once those railroads were done, the Chinese, some of them went down to Mexico because Mexico started having some railroads built. They're like, fuck it, that was a success for them. We need to do the same shit. Now I need to look into all this, but I just know that they were having a railroad built. Some Chinese came and they were working on it. Now, in China, they have this plant. See, we already had a plant. We already had the marijuana plant, the cannabis plant in Mexico. But the Chinese had the opium plant, the poppy plant. So they started growing them in that area, in the Golden Triangle, because the climate was right. It resembled what it was over there, I guess. Yeah, because I guess Afghanistan's real dry and they got like the poppy fields. So started growing them. Mexicans, they were like, these Chinese people, they're kind of right. They're like, they got these drugs, they got these opium dens. We don't need them here. Let's get them out of here. So they kicked them out. But what they didn't kick out was the opium plants, because people were addicted already. So the governors, the politicians, they and the generals and stuff, they became in charge of these drugs, right? And during, I want to say, I forgot what war it was. But they sent Bugsy Siegel, something like that, from America, like a mobster. I want to say it was during World War II. They needed morphine. We needed some plants, and Mexico had a lot of plants. So we sent a mafioso to come talk to the mafiosos over there in Mexico. Now, after the war, I guess eventually they started making laws, and those politicians and generals got locked up, and now the people who are in power could be involved in the drug business, the poppy fields and the marijuana, but they it had to be low key. They had to handle it differently. So the ones that became in real power in the streets became the cartels eventually. And then you have Colombia, who comes up with this concoction, and it's just like the time is just right. Like the way it happened, it was kind of like, I don't know, somebody planned it or some shit. I mean, it was just, I don't know, the way it was. Very interesting. And so the second season, DEA is getting revenge. You kind of feel this pride. It's like fucking patriot. Captain America. And so they're trying to get revenge. Eventually, Felix gets caught, gets locked up. So that feels pretty cool. You see El Chapo in the story. I was surprised about that. Seeing Felix flexing, it was pretty tight. But then eventually he gets locked up. And in the third season, it's in the 90s. And it shows the Tijuana ones, right? The Tijuana cartel. And it shows how the beginning of crack. Like these black dudes from LA or something come to Mexico and they show them how to cook it. And one of the Tijuana brothers smokes it and tries it. He's like, oh shit. So, and I'm pretty sure they were rappers. I don't know what rappers they were on the show. Season 3. Los Junior, La Jefa, La Voz. Oh yeah, they had that word. They showed Chapo starting to get into tunnels. They show how the LA gangsters started working with the cartels. It shows the rise. Oh, Amado becomes big. The Lord of the Skies becomes big after Felix gets locked up. He's an interesting character. You think it's gonna be done. You think nobody can hold it. Just like you think nobody can hold it after Pablo. But then you have the Cali Cartel. And then you think, can nobody hold it after Michael Peña or Felix Gallardo? But you get characters. Incredible. I don't know what rappers it was. It doesn't matter. But I know that because I heard on one of the musicians. So it also talked about how in Tijuana and the other side, San Diego, I don't know what's on the other side. The rich kids of the politicians started getting into the cartel too, and they became like some of the most ruthless ones because they were just chasing the high. So it leads you into it's pretty interesting. It won one award, but it was nominated for 5. It won the best actor in a miniseries or TV series. Diego Luna, who's that? Yeah, he deserved it. Felix Gallardo. But they deserve best drama series. They should have won. I wonder who won it. Did it say? Probably not. Oh, damn. It goes from what year? That's crazy. I don't know how to look for that. Next time I'll do some more research. Yeah, 5 stars. 4 thumbs up. 2 big toes and 3 and 2 all the fingers up. It's fire. I want to see who that main character is from the other one, Narcos, because I feel like it's Pedro Pascal, but it's not. It's another guy. Another cool alpha dude. Let's see who's in the series. It is Pedro Pascal. What the fuck? That dude has range. Alright, we'll be back. Let's all go to the movies. Hopefully they don't sue me.